It just happened, my friend. The NFL market has been on fire in the last few hours, and the Raiders are at the center of the storm. Jakobi Meyers finally got what he wanted. He was traded, and his destination will surprise you. A behind-the-scenes, silent decision that reveals the latest Las Vegas rumor. But hold on, because there's more. While Meyers leaves, a much bigger name has been surrounded by intense trade rumors. And I'm talking about one of the pillars of the franchise. Did Maxx Crosby leave the Raiders? The answer, and the behind-the-scenes story of this turnaround, you'll find out now. So leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and definitely stay tuned, because what I'm going to tell you today shows that the Raiders era is changing, and fast. After weeks of speculation, tense whispers in the locker room, and a growing sense of inevitability, Jakobi Meyers' wish has finally come true. The talented wide receiver, who quietly requested a trade before the start of the 2025 NFL season, is officially on his way to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The deal was finalized just hours before the trade deadline, a move that marks both an end and a new beginning for one of Las Vegas's most reliable experimental weapons. It's the conclusion of a story that began with promise and enthusiasm. Meyers joined the Raiders in 2023 after leaving the New England Patriots, bringing with him the grit, discipline, and underdog mentality that made him a fan favorite in Foxborough. The Raiders nation quickly embraced him for the same reasons: his stamina in the middle of the field, his reliability on third down, and his ability to make crucial catches at crucial moments. Last season, Meyers lowered his own records by surpassing the 1,000-meter receiving mark for the first time in his career, cementing his reputation as one of the AFC's most consistent receivers. But while the numbers looked good, tension was simmering behind the scenes. According to several reports, Meyers was increasingly frustrated with the team's direction. He felt the scheme wasn't making the most of his route accuracy or his potential in the red zone. This frustration reached its peak in October when he renewed his trade request. With the Raiders having a 2-6 record and the front office already in the process of rebuilding the roster, the timing finally fell into place. The Raiders agreed to send Meyers to the Jaguars in exchange for a 4th-round and a 6th-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, a deal that helps both sides achieve their goals. Jacksonville gains an experienced and organic pick who can immediately contribute to an offense built around quarterback Trevor Lawrence, while Las Vegas acquires valuable draft assets for long-term transfers. For the Jaguars, this isn't just a roster-boosting signing, it's a statement of intent. With a 5-3 record and second place in the AFC South, Jacksonville is eyeing a long playoff run. With Travis Hunter sidelined due to knee surgery, the arrival of Meyers couldn't have come at a better time. His needs and ability to find routes through opposing defenses will give Lawrence a reliable target alongside Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington, and Dyami Brown. Coach Doug Peterson has built an offense based on specifics and quick reads, and Meyers fits perfectly into that identity. Meanwhile, in Las Vegas, the trade signals a clear shift in direction for the future. After already trading Davante Adams earlier in the year, the Raiders' receiving corps has relied heavily on rookie tight end Brock Bowers, who continues to impress, and second-year wide receiver Trey Tucker, whose explosive speed has been one of the few bright spots of the season. The Meyers trade frees up salary cap space and opportunities for these young players to take on bigger roles. Still, this wasn't an easy decision. Meyers wasn't just productive, he was respected. Teammates admired his work ethic and leadership, and fans appreciated his grit. But with free agency looming and no renewal offer, it was clear both sides were ready to move on. Meyers' 3-year, $33 million contract would have a $14.9 million salary cap impact going forward, and Las Vegas simply couldn't justify it in the midst of a disappointing season. And if you thought Jakobi Meyers' departure was the end of the surprises, wait until you hear what happened to the most talked-about name on the roster, Maxx Crosby. While the chaos of the NFL trade deadline unfolded, one name kept Raiders fans in suspense: Maxx Crosby. After seeing Jakobi Meyers traded to Jacksonville, rumors surfaced that the Raiders might be considering something unthinkable: trading their defensive mainstay. Social media exploded with speculation, and analysts debated whether Las Vegas would embark on a complete exodus. But when the clock finally ticked down on the last day of the trade window, the truth came out clearly and unequivocally: Maxx Crosby would stay home. The Raiders made it official. There were no plans to trade Crosby, and they are fully committed to building the team around him. This wasn't just another front office decision. It was a statement of identity. In a season filled with roster changes, disappointments, and uncertainties, the franchise chose to keep the player who best represents its essence and soul. At the start of the preseason, Las Vegas signed Crosby to a 3-year, $106.5 million contract extension, solidifying his role as a central piece of the defense for years to come. Trading him never made sense, not to the fans, fans, not to his teammates, and not to Crosby himself. The 27-year-old defensive end has been the emotional leader of the locker room and one of the most dominant edge rushers in the league. His passion, intensity, and relentless determination have made him not only the face of the Raiders, but also a symbol of what this era represents: grit, leadership, and determination. "I have a special connection with this fan base," Crosby said after Sunday's game. "I've been here for 7 years, and they've been with me every step of the way. I'm going to keep giving it my all until I can't anymore." Those words touch the hearts of every member of the Raider Nation. In an era where loyalty in the NFL is rare, Crosby's dedication over the years is something fans deeply value. But while Crosby's future remains secure, the same cannot be said for the Raiders' defense as a whole. The Week 9 game against the Jaguars exposed persistent problems that have plagued this unit all season. Las Vegas struggled on 3rd and 4th downs, allowing Jacksonville to convert nearly 60% of their 3rd down attempts and all 3 4th down attempts. Despite some signs of progress in other areas, the inability to stop the opposing offense at crucial moments continues to cost them wins over time. Coach Pete Carroll, visibly frustrated after a loss, didn't mince words. "We talked all week about how to avoid close quarters situations on 3rd down," he said. "We addressed it directly, but we couldn't execute. The fault is ours. It's one thing to prepare, it's another to make it happen on the field." Defensive coordinator Patrick Graham echoed a similar sentiment, admitting that the defense's problems started earlier in the drives. "It's not just 3rd down," Graham explained. "We need to improve on 2nd down. If we give up 4 or 5 yards early on, we put ourselves in short 3rd down situations, which are difficult to stop. The responsibility is mine. I need to put our players in better situations." Crosby, for his part, continues to do everything he can to support the defense. He is among the league leaders in sacks, pressure, and tackles for loss of yardage, constantly drawing double teams but never backing down. His tireless energy and leadership by example have kept the Raiders competitive even in difficult times. "I can't control the record," Crosby said recently. "All I can do is get on the field, play hard, and demand more from everyone around me." This attitude has made Crosby the heart and soul of this era. He is the one who constantly motivates his teammates on the bench, challenging them to play with the same grit he demonstrates in every game. And that's exactly why the Raiders chose to keep him on the roster while releasing other players. In many ways, keeping Crosby symbolizes a balance between defensive strength and resilience. With Jakobi Meyers leaving, Maxx Crosby reaffirming his loyalty, and the Raiders struggling to solve their defensive problems, is Las Vegas truly building a stronger future, or is it just stuck between cooperation and competitiveness? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Raiders news.